Hey everyone, this is a continuation of Milestone 2. So this is what we went over in the first video. So let me go in, and this is what your pages are going to look like. I made it a little bit easier. Oh, what is that? Let me just get rid of a little trash right there. Okay, so this is your 5 pages. I've kind of consolidated it before. In the first video, I had these as 2 different pages. I'm just going to make it so much easier. You've got 5 pages to go. Okay, so this is the first page. What's really cool about this, notice this. So what I did, I chose red to be on the background, and then I chose only these 2 colors to be on the inside. So that's kind of cool. So watch what I do. So if I wanted to maybe, let me see. Oops. If I want to change the color of that background, if I still want to stay in the reds, look what would happen if I would, wait a minute, let me get this right. First of all, let me click on the background, go to, let me bring this over here so you can see it a little bit better. Go to eyedropper, and if I want to make it darker, makes it look completely different, but it looks pretty dang cool, doesn't it? Or I can go along this route. I want to stay in the reds because the only place I have is the red is in the background. So I can't go and put the background in these 2 purples because it wouldn't give me my 3rd analogous color. So I think this looks pretty dang sweet. So the next one is complementary colors, okay? So this thing keeps getting in my way. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, so the next one is complementary colors. Complementary colors is, let me just get this straight. It can be any colors directly across. It could be red and green. It can be purple, yellow. It could be orange, blue. And take a note of that. A lot of the football teams have complementary colors. So I know this is Denver Broncos. I guess you guys know the teams maybe a little bit better than me. But anyway, on this second, I'm going to show you a little trick here. So I've decided that I am going to use red and blue. So look what I'm going to do to save yourself a little bit of trouble. First of all, I'm going to use red, but I've already got my red palette done, right? So I'm going to take my black arrow. I am going to highlight everything, delete. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take my black arrow again, Command C, Command V, and then I am going to, well, one thing I should have done is I kind of got this analogous color here. So look, it's already done for me. Is that just wow? So now you only have the green to work with, okay? So now you would probably click here, go to the eyedropper, and pick green. So then you continue with all these different elements, and then you would, you can move this thing all the way around. And the hand kind of makes it really, really good to move stuff around, okay? So now this is going to be all reds and greens. So you can do it different ways. You can put red and green in here and then pick red for the background. You can have all this different reds and this green, or the background green and all the fish red. You can do any color combinations you want with the red and green, okay? So complementary colors, they could be red and green, purple and kind of this yellow orangey color. You can have blue and orange. So you have to go straight across. So pick 2. And if you want to reuse a palette, you also had a palette the very first week too. So if you want to copy and paste palettes, kind of makes it a lot quicker. If you just think, oh my gosh, that's so many color palettes, that's fine. It's still going to look totally different, okay? So now let's go to the 3rd explanation, split complementary scheme. What is it? Well, let me show you. It is a complement, but you're splitting off from the complement and you do the things on the side. So you'd be red, this kind of turquoisey, and this yellow green, those 3 colors. A lot of times too, when you use a little bit more complicated color schemes, if you have one dominant color, it usually looks a little bit better. Instead of having, you know, like 30, 30, 30, maybe you want to do 60, 20, 20 or 70, 20, 10. You know, just kind of mix it up. I mean, it's your illustration. It's going to be great just because it is a theme. And the reason that I am doing these templates, I found that I'm coming up with wrong color schemes. Like you're not understanding what the different schemes are. So now that you have to create your palette, it's going to be so much easier for you. So split complement. Straight across, just like we did before, but you're splitting off to the side. It's 3 colors, 1, 2, 3. You have to complete this and complete this. Okay, let's look at the next one. There's actually 5 of them. The next one is called a tetrad. It's 3 hues that's equal distance. So blue, go around 3, red, go around 3, yellow, go around 3. It can be any 3 colors. So it could be these 3 colors. It could be these 3 colors. It really doesn't matter because you are starting from scratch. So let's just do one just for the heck of it. We're going to click this. Well, click the box, click the eyedropper, and I'm going to do this. Well, what happened here? What happened here? Command Z. I did something wrong. Okay. So Command Z goes backward. I'm going to click this. I'm going to click my eyedropper, and then I'm going to click on this. And let me tell you what's going on. I'm going to have to make sure. I had grouped these pieces, I think. Very odd. Click eyedropper. There. I don't know what happened, but anyway. Okay. The next one I'm going to do, so it would be 3 over, it would be this color here. So I'm going to do highlight, eyedropper, here, okay? Now the next one is going to be 3 more over, so I'm going to click this one, eyedropper, so to be this, 3, it'll be this color here, okay? So those are pretty neat colors. So maybe you want to do, you know, you could do green in the background, you know, and make these colors like this is the color of the fish. You can do it any way you want. You could have the fish these 2 colors, but your color is always one, your background is always one color. So you're going to pick a triad. This is just an example, okay? So it's just like all of these others, okay? So for instance, if you wanted to copy this purple top, this one right here again, I think it's this one right here. You would have to pick the green. Oh, you've already got the green, and then you pick the orange. So it's up to you. You do have to have the right colors to make up a triad. Let's go to the last one. This is called a tetrad. These can be so, so beautiful. What it is 4 hues that are equal distance from each other. So what it means, any way that you can create a square on here, okay? So you got this square here. You can go these 4 colors. Let me see if I can. You can do these. That's kind of cool. You could do, let me see what's another one. You could go this one, this one, this one, this one, well, and this one. So it's a square. Okay, so each one has got 2, 2, 2, and 2. So anywhere you can do a rectangle to a square is called a tetrad. Again, if you put that back as a good example. There again too, if you pick one dominant color or 3 dominant colors and 1 minor color, don't have everything equal. Kind of play with contrast, light and dark. One thing I want to point out too, which I think is very, very interesting, that I think a lot of people just does not know this. When you have a lighter color, it comes forward and a darker color recedes. So the way I did this, I kind of had this light to dark, so it looks like the tail is kind of flipping back a little bit. And because this is so light here, it looks like it's kind of turning forward. So just to remember, darker hues go dark, lighter hues come forward. Also, when you get into, a quick note here too, when you get into the tetrad, warm colors come forward, cool colors recede. So that's kind of a fun thing to work with too. So I don't think you should have any problems with this. Let me know. You can, if you had a goldfish before and you want to keep it the goldfish, that's fine. But this semester, I've decided if you want to do a goldfish one week and then the next one you say, hey, I kind of like that fish, I want to do the fish. Or you can do the bee, or you can do the butterfly. You do not have to keep with the same image. You do for the milestone 2 has to be the same image, but milestone 1 and milestone 2 does not have to be the same image. So good luck with this. I think this is exciting. You have 2 weeks to complete. So let me just tell you, do not wait till the last minute because this is a little bit time consuming. But your classes are 4 hours each and 8 hours. I don't think you would spend 8 hours on this, but you never know. When you get into this, you could just say, this is just so cool. I want to try all these different ways to do it. Also, if you have like a complimentary and you want to do another one, add another page or something like that. And you can have different options. You can add more fish on your poster, just as long as they are the right color schemes. But I want you to have fun with this. Let me pull out again. You're going to have, I don't know how that fish got down there. Guess I have to erase that one. That one swam right off the page. Okay, you've got analogous, 3 close to each other on the color wheel, complementary, straight across, split complement, straight across, but then splits off by 1. You've got tetrad, which is a triangle, and it can go any way. You can kind of move that triangle around, or you have tetrad. So you got 5 to do. You will save it. Make sure you save all these files as an Illustrator file for right now. Because if you don't save it as an Illustrator file, you cannot go back and make changes. But I'm just kind of adoring this little fish. I think this is super cool. I mean, you have never seen a fish like that, I am sure. And everybody's fish, everybody's graphics is going to look different, even in the same color scheme. So I love this assignment. So I want you to have, let me see, I want you to have a lot of fun with this assignment. If you need any help, please give me a call. You have to complete this area to complete. You have to have your color palette to work here. Okay? So good luck, and I can't wait to see all your cool creations with your color schemes.